My daughter has 23 days marked on her calendar. She says that's when everyone needs to say goodbye to mommy. I found the calendar this morning while putting away my daughter's laundry. It was hidden under her bed, a cheap dollar store calendar with kittens on it. Every day from today, backwards had been crossed out in red marker. 23 days remained unmarked, leading to a single date circled so many times the paper had torn through. Above that date, in my 7-year-old Harper's careful handwriting, "Goodbye, Mommy Day." Below it, in smaller letters that made my hands shake, "Everyone has to be there. No crying allowed." I'm standing in Harper's room right now, holding this calendar while my wife Natalie makes breakfast downstairs, completely unaware that our daughter has apparently scheduled her death for 3 weeks from now. The house smells like coffee and pancakes. I can hear Harper laughing at something Natalie said. Normal Saturday morning sounds that suddenly feel like they're coming from another lifetime, because Harper has never been wrong about anything like this before, and that terrifies me more than I can explain. 6 months ago, Harper told her grandmother not to wear her blue dress to church because something bad happens with stairs in that dress. My mother-in-law laughed it off, wore the dress anyway, and fell down the church steps 20 minutes later, breaking her ankle in 2 places. Harper cried for an hour afterward, saying she'd tried to warn her. We thought it was coincidence, the kind of thing kids do where they say 100 random things and parents only remember the one that happened to come true. But then, it happened again. Harper told her teacher, Miss Okoye, not to drive home the usual way, because the bad truck is on that road. Miss Okoye took her normal route and was hit by a drunk driver in a pickup truck. She survived, but spent 3 days in the hospital. When Harper heard about it, she whispered, "I told her, why don't they listen?" That's when Natalie and I started keeping notes, started writing down every strange thing Harper said. The client I shouldn't meet with who turned out to be running a scam, the neighbor whose house flooded exactly when Harper said it would, the school assembly that got canceled because of a gas leak, which Harper had told us to skip 3 days before anyone knew there was a problem. 23 predictions in 6 months, 23 accurate outcomes, not vague prophecies that could be interpreted different ways, but specific details that came true exactly as Harper described them. The red truck, the Thursday afternoon timing, the exact step her grandmother would fall on. A 7-year-old shouldn't know these things. No one should know these things. But Harper does, and now she's counting down to my wife's death like it's a school field trip. I hear footsteps on the stairs and shove the calendar under Harper's pillow. Natalie appears in the doorway with her coffee, smiling. "There you are. Harper wants to know if we can go to the park after breakfast." She looks so alive, so normal, standing there in her weekend clothes with her hair in a messy bun. In 23 days, Harper believes she'll be gone. I force myself to smile back and say yes. The park sounds great, but my hands won't stop shaking. Natalie notices. "You okay? You look pale." I tell her I'm fine, just didn't sleep well. She kisses my forehead and heads back downstairs. I pull the calendar back out and stare at that circled date, trying to make sense of how a child could know something like this, trying to convince myself there's a rational explanation, even though I've spent 6 months watching rational explanations